How did you break the news to the baby daddy, and what was his reaction? Like, did he doubt you or the paternity of the baby? Like, what was his reaction, and how did you break the news to him?
First things first, like I already told her, I was not the one who cheated on her. I was in no relationship with anyone. I can't be termed as a cheater.
Yes, you knew he was dating his girlfriend, or did he lead you to believe otherwise?
It wasn't like a relationship. It was more sexual. But that is when I had almost had a miscarriage, because I've almost had a miscarriage 2 times. We actually met in October 1st. First time going for his event because I love the guy. And I think the worst thing that has been said about everything is people actually hoping that I miscarry and telling me that I should die and everything.
There's this post, like, once the news came out and everything was still hot, the tea being served everywhere, she made a post saying, how do I put this into words? Should we say it the way she said it? She said, Malaya ni Malaya. Like, do you feel that was directed to you? Is that what she was apologizing about? How did that make you feel at that moment? They recently made a video with the audio, Bitches Come and Go, but I Still Stay. Most people speculated that there were jabs being thrown at you. Did you feel the same way? Did you feel that this was being directed at you?
I would rather struggle with this child and have my peace and happiness than be with someone who I have to force to do things and stuff like that.
Hello everyone, my name is Mpasho, and today I'm joined by the gorgeous Tiffany Wanjiru. If you do not know who Tiffany is, she came into limelight a few weeks ago once it was leaked that she was expecting Bensoul's baby. And today Tiffany is here with us. She's going to be feeding us with all the tea, all the details regarding everything that has been going on and how her life has been, considering like all the drama and the fact that her life is out there on the limelight. So Tiffany, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Would you please tell us, like, who is Tiffany minus everything else that's on the gram online? Like, who is Tiffany? What does she like? What are you currently doing? If you're working, studying?
I am a procurement student. I was studying in the Technical University of Mombasa, but I finished at around 2021, just waiting to graduate. Currently, I wanted to continue with my degree because I was doing my diploma, but I chose to first I want to work so that I can save up for the baby. Then I'll continue with online classes later on. But basically, I am a fun, ambitious, loving person, and that's all. That's all.
Oh, congratulations! Like, you're waiting to graduate. So I know that you say you were raised by a single dad. Would you mind telling us, if you know anything about your mom or where your mom is at, like if you've had any interactions with her, anything like that?
Well, my mom left when I was barely 2 years old. I have a smaller sister, 2 smaller sisters actually, but I'm the firstborn in the family, and we keep in touch once in a while, but it's nothing serious. Nothing that you can actually say is like a relationship between a mom and a daughter. It's just for knowing if the other person is doing okay or something like that.
How's your relationship with your dad? Like, you've grown up with him, he's been there for you and all that. Like, how's that father-daughter relationship?
Well, my relationship with my dad is really good. He is the person I was able to tell everything. He's watched me from being a little girl until I've turned into this woman right now. And he has been everything. He's been a father and a mother and he has actually done a lot for me, and I'm really, really grateful. My family is like so large. My dad has been helped by his sisters and my grandparents, so I've been raised by a lot of people, and I want to thank them for whatever they've put me right now, because if it wasn't for them, probably would have been having so many issues more than whatever I'm having right now.
That's really amazing. So, a few weeks ago, you came out to say that like you almost had a miscarriage because of all the stress that you were having and other issues. So, how are you doing right now? How's the baby? Like, are you okay right now?
So at the moment, I've been told to lay off stress because my blood pressure and everything is just going to other directions. But the baby is okay. We went for like a second ultrasound, and I'm glad to report that the baby's happy, the doctor is happy with whatever he saw, and yeah, I am happy also.
Are you excited, like being a first time mom? How you feeling? How are the emotions like? What are you feeling right now?
So most of the times I'm really excited, except when I have mood swings and I kinda hate people sometimes. But it's been a really good journey. Before I accepted my pregnancy when I was like 2 months pregnant, it was hard because I was like, how am I going to do all of this? But right now it's like the most exciting journey of my life. I have someone who I can permanently talk to like every day, and I can just talk shit about people with my baby. I still don't know the gender, but yeah. I felt really happy. I'm really excited and scared at the same time.
I guess those are just like natural feelings, like it's expected. So, talking about your baby, you had said like, okay, so let me just first of all outright and ask like, how did you break the news to the baby daddy, and what was his reaction? Like, did he doubt you, the paternity of the baby? Like, what was his reaction, and how did you break the news to him?
So I actually told my baby daddy I got I had found out that I'm pregnant like 2 days after I had known. It's really hard to reach him sometimes, so that is why it took that long. But when I actually told him via text, and I and I just told him like, he called and I was like, just go check my text. I have something I have something you need to know. And afterwards he was like, whoa shit. He was also scared. Same reaction as I had, but he was like, we're going to be in this together. So he's really been there from day one.
So I want to know, like, has he? You've said he's been really supportive, but like, has he been going with you to the clinics? Has he gone with you to? He's just sending money. Like, has he ever accompanied you to the antenatal clinics?
So it's a bit busy on his end. The first time I actually went for the clinics was when I was in Mombasa. So considering like the distance and everything, it's hard for him to come. But he had already said that whenever he gets time, he'll be coming for the visits and everything. So I was okay with that. Plus, I have really supportive friends, and I have so many people who can take me for all of that. I only share the news about whatever I've found out, and he sends the money for my clinics because he wants to support me in that way. And yeah, that's the only thing for now that has been happening.
Speaking about your baby daddy, we all know that he has a girlfriend whom they've been in a relationship with for quite a few years. So want to know, has she ever reached out to you, talked to you? Like, have you guys ever had like a one-on-one, whether it was like an argument or just like supportive text or anything, or like have you guys had any conversation?
Well, we had not had any conversation until I think last week. Last week was the first time I actually reached out and I wanted to like apologize. So Ben gave me Ben gave me her number, and afterwards I called her and we talked. We actually then met up in person, and we talked. It wasn't a bad meeting, but it was also not really nice. But considering the circumstances, but it was nice.
Why did you feel the need to apologize?
Well, the only reason, first things first, like I already told her, I was not the one who cheated on her. I was in no relationship with anyone. I can't be termed as a cheater. But whatever happened was, I felt the pain of dragging her name through social media and everything just because of the affair we had with Ben. So I really felt for her because in my past I've been in like a similar situation. So I just wanted to apologize because of messing with her feelings and everything. Because she's been getting a lot of people telling her that she's a clown, she's doing this, she's that. But I feel like she's making the right decision according to whatever she wants.
You've mentioned what you had with Ben as an affair, meaning that it did go on for quite some time. And during this time, yes, you knew he was dating his girlfriend, or did he lead you to believe otherwise?
Well, we never actually talked about any of that. We never talked about any of that. That is all I have to say about that. But yeah, we were seeing each other for some time, but we never talked about anyone. And it wasn't like a relationship. It was more sexual. Yeah, situationship.
I want to know, is it true that you met with him at Oktoberfest? And if so, do you ever regret going to that event?
Yeah, we actually met in Oktoberfest. First time going for his event because I love the guy, like a musician, not the other way. And that time, I feel like sometimes I do regret, but after some time, I'm like, he gave me the greatest joy, the greatest gift in my life right now. Because I mean, without this baby, I don't know if I would actually be here right now. So I can say that sometimes there was a time I really regretted everything, but at the moment, no, I'm cool with it.
Speaking of that, have you always had a crush on him? I know he's an amazing guy. His music is soulful and stuff. Or was it just you bump into him and then you're like, oh, okay, cool. Or was he your celebrity crush? Did you like him before the meetup?
No, not really. I didn't have anything with him. He wasn't my celebrity crush or anything. I just got obsessed with his songs because he has really nice songs. It was after my breakup with a long-term boyfriend I had in my past, and his songs actually helped me get over the breakup. So that is when I really got into his music and everything. And yeah, I can say that I appreciated his music enough to actually say that I like him in a way.
You've talked about Noni getting trolled online, but you've also been getting your fair share of that. People calling you names, worst things that have been said online that has really gotten into you.
It was really hard at first actually hearing that people know about it. And the way I've been dealing with it is I have my auntie. She told me that you don't have to put everything everyone says into your head because you're the only one who knows yourself. So at first, the first day the story leaked, I was actually so sick. I had to go to the hospital. I had to go to the emergency room. My blood pressure was so high. Even had ulcers at that time. It was just crazy. So after that is when I had almost had a miscarriage because I've almost had a miscarriage 2 times. So after that, I told myself I really have to be strong. I have to be strong for this baby. So anytime anyone says anything, I'm like, it's just words. You can't get into my head. It's the audacity for me actually. The audacity for someone to judge someone, not knowing whatever they've been through or whatever is going on. And I think the worst thing that has been said about everything is people actually hoping that I miscarry and telling me that I should die and everything. What's changed, man? What's changed? I don't know. I don't know for sure. I would also want to know, because before that we were having conversations about the baby. I'm going to be due in the next few months, so we were planning. Since I am mostly in Mombasa, we were in the verge of planning how are we actually going to do this? Am I going to give birth in Nairobi? Am I going to do it in Mombasa? Stuff like that. But after I talked to Noni, everything changed. I don't know. Maybe it was whatever was said to him. I can't really tell you for sure. And I don't want to point fingers because I don't know what happened.
I feel like I should have asked this earlier, but I really want to know, because you've said you're really tight with your dad, you have a good relationship with him. How did he take the news when you told him that you're pregnant? How did you break the news to him, and what was his reaction?
Well, as I said, since I have a really large family, in terms of people who have been supporting me, I just had to plan everything out. We had decided with my baby daddy that I'm going to go and tell my parents whatever has been going on, and then afterwards he will come and explain whatever happened according to his side. They will come into terms or something like that. And then afterwards I just went, told my aunties first, and after my aunties I had to go and tell my grandparents in Nakuru. After my grandparents, that's when everybody helped me to tell my dad, because it was going to crash him emotionally. He was disappointed, but it only took him a few hours, and he was like,
do you have any ideas who might have leaked the story?
Actually, yeah, I do know who leaked the story. I know who did it. It was one of my friends. She had been there for me through the bad times, because I really struggled before I accepted the pregnancy. So after everything, she saw there was a video going around of Ben with another girl, and she just told me she got really angry that this guy was still living his life and I was suffering, and I had to carry a whole baby and he was not there for me, and she got pissed and she leaked the story. She didn't leak the story as per se. She gave out a picture that proved that everything was really happening. She and her friend, they were the ones who collaborated and did everything.
Are you mad that they did, or have you forgiven them? Are you guys still friends, or have you been able to move past that?
Well, after the whole incident, she kind of disappeared on me, and I remember there was one day I was just looking at some pictures we had, and I found it easy for me to accept whatever happened and forgive her, because you can't judge someone over the one wrong thing they do in this life. I have already forgiven her. I don't know how to reach her anymore, but I reached out through my story and say that I am already forgiven.
Speaking of Bensoul, so hypothetically, let's say he wasn't in a relationship and all that, would you marry him if the circumstances were different?
No comment. No comment.
Hi. Okay, so we'll just move past that. Ben was here recently. He did an interview with us. Did you watch that interview?
No, but I had people, some of my followers telling me that, oh, your baby dad get bashed you online, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to get into the drama. Nah. So I don't know about the interview or anything.
You don't know any details about the interview, what was said, what was not said, nothing of that?
I don't know anything.
So I think last week, you went on a rant on Instagram. You were talking about people testing you and how there's a dark side to this cute smiling face seated next to me over here, saying people don't want to see that version. So, what prompted that? Like, what prompted the rant? Because you told the people you were talking to that they know themselves. Like, who would this address to, and what made you that angry?
Well, let's just say I won't mention any names, but people can just think whatever they want to think. But it's just two people who lied to me, played me because I don't know, maybe I have a good heart or something, and they made everything so difficult to a point that it got me so sick, and I was so mad. And the only way I actually like get to release my anger nowadays is through my Instagram posts. My Instagram posts show a lot about me. When I write something, it's probably because I'm angry, I feel the vibe, or I just like whatever I'm posting. So it was just some people who decided to play me, but I won't talk about it at this moment. Maybe it will come into the light soon.
Still on your Instagram posts. There's this one video where like the audio goes, I don't know what it is about me that like when guy sees me, he's like, let me waste this girl's time. And then there was still other posts that followed, some audios, some screenshots of memes. Do you want to talk about that?
Nah, it's basically, I feel like so many people go through the same shit, so that is why I decided to post whatever I posted. That's the only reason why. But it doesn't have any relation to anyone except my exes in the past, and my baby daddies are my ex. So yeah, sorted.
You had mentioned earlier that you and Noni had a conversation, but it wasn't like very pleasant and all that. Do you feel like after the conversation that you guys were at a better page? You said you wanted to apologize. Did she actually say that she's forgiven you? Like, is she able to look past this, or do you feel like she still has had feelings towards you?
Well, according to her, she has forgiven me, and she also asked for my for forgiveness over something she had done, and I think we are in a good place, though we're not in talking terms. I feel like it's for the best for all of us to just keep to ourselves. Yeah.
When you say something she had done, would you be referring to there's this post like once the news came out and everything was still hot, the tea being served everywhere? She made a post saying, how do I put this into words? Should we say it the way she said it? She said, Malaya ni Malaya. Like, do you feel that was directed to you? Is that what she was apologizing about? How did that make you feel at that moment? Like, were you angry? Did you, like, how did the whole statement make you feel?
Well, as I said, because the statement was not directed directly towards me, I just can't assume that it's me. And I also confronted her about that, and she actually said it wasn't for me. It was for the person she intended it to be for. Though maybe she was playing mind games or something, but she actually said it wasn't for me. That's what she told me. So I can't have any hard feelings towards something that she's already said was not for me.
Still speaking on posts that have been going online, they recently made a video with the audio "Bitches Come and Go" by Still Stay. Most people speculated that there were jabs being thrown at you. Did you feel the same way? Did you feel that this was being directed at you?
I would have felt that way if we actually had a relationship with my baby daddy, but as I said, whatever we have is strictly us agreeing on how we're going to raise a child. So I don't know which other bitches are out there they need to confront, but it's not this bitch.
Speaking about your baby daddy Bensoul, Does he have an issue with you posting things online, talking about the relationship, the drama going around? Like, has he come to you and been like, why you posting this, or don't post that, like don't talk about that, like why you telling people this and that? Like, has he come to you addressing you about like what you put online and telling you like he's not okay with it or something along those lines?
No, he has never tried that, and I don't think he can even try anything like that because no one can control me. I am my own person, and I feel like I also have a right to express things the way I want to express things. He has his own platform, I have my own platform, and if he really wants to do it, I won't have any issues with him saying whatever. So, yeah, he hasn't done anything to stop me from saying anything.
How's your relationship with him as of now? Like, how are you guys faring? Like, do you still talk? Does he call you? Do you get to call him, or is it like just only when you're going for, only when it's baby related? But like, how's your relationship right now?
We were really good. Let me use were. We were really good. But everything changed after I met Noni. So at this point, I think I don't know where we stand, but I know where I stand. Where I stand is that I'm going to do this with or without him. I don't need his support or I don't need anything. I would rather struggle with this child and have my peace and happiness than be with someone who's I have to force to do things and stuff like that.
Considering the fact that right now you're quiet in the public eye, have you had instances where people are just, because your Instagram page is out there, people coming following you just so that like they can bully you, throw words at you, people in your DM being all mean and stuff? Like, have you had such instances, or like maybe people meet you in the street, recognize you, something like, can you feel the stares, or maybe people talking about you? Like, has any of that occurred?
Yeah, it has actually occurred. Nowadays, I go somewhere and I see people pointing fingers. I can hear the whispers, but I actually don't mind them doing whatever. I can't actually say that I want to be in the limelight or anything, but it's kind of like I'm being forced to be there because of whatever happened. If I was asked, Ben wanted to come out and say he had a baby, but I wanted my name not to be anywhere near that. So I never wanted this. And yeah, there are people coming to my DMs every time. At first, like when the story came out, that is when people were so negative. Like you will go to a comment section, people were actually screenshotting. My friends were screenshotting comment section, and I was like, why say things about someone you actually don't know or a situation you're actually not involved in? But mostly right now, the people coming to me are like young mothers and also young pregnant girls. Some of them want my advice, some of them are advising me, and it's actually been really positive because I've gotten to experience other people's experiences through them sharing, and it has actually got me thinking a lot about everything.
There's something that you've mentioned that has quite gotten my attention. You said Ben actually wanted to announce that he had a kid. Was this before or after the receipts were leaked?
He wanted to do that like before everything had happened, but because of my mental health at that time, he wasn't sure that it was the right time, and yeah, that is why it was never mentioned. But he actually wanted to take responsibility and come out and say, guys, I have this kid somewhere and this and this and this. So yeah, he actually wanted to do that.
Considering your relationship right now, do you feel like you guys are going to co-parent well? Like, things, are you positive in the fact that like he's going to be in his kid's life?
Hmm. I'm not really sure about that. At the moment, I'm just focusing on the kid and I, because I feel like the more I continue like going into things with other people, including him and his girlfriend and everyone, the more I get stressed and the more I'm not doing any good for this baby. So at this moment, from yesterday, I actually decided that I'm just going to be focusing on the child. If he wants to come, he'll come. But in my book, I've already cut him off my life right now, at the moment.
What happened that prompted you to cut him off? Like, what has led to this particular moment where you feel that whatever happens, I'll do it on my own. I've got this. I'll provide for my kid. I have to get a job. Like, what has pushed you to that moment where you feel that this person who was practically your friend isn't allowed to kind of be a part of your life anymore?
Well, as I said, it all happened after I met up with Noni, and I don't know what happened afterwards. Whatever was said to him or whatever happened, I still don't know. The last time he texted me, he said we were still good, but his actions were not showing the same thing. So I hate being in a situation whereby I don't know what is actually happening. I'm the kind of person who likes, like, if you have a problem with me, come, let's talk about it as mature people. I might be 22, but I feel like I am really mature, and I feel like I've given the space whereby even if it's the hardest truth he has to tell me, he can tell me, and I won't actually go all cuckoo on him. So yeah, it's just because I feel like I'm being disrespected right now, and it's easier to actually let go than continue being hurt by someone. Yeah.
Speaking of the two, have any of their friends or acquaintances like tried reaching out to you or talking to you? Like, have any of like his friends or her friends had any type of conversations with you?
Yeah. Actually, one of Ben's friends has really helped me. He's the one who has taken me from where I was in my mental state to where I am right now. He has been very supportive. I talk to him whenever I'm stressed. He actually knows more about me than my baby daddy does, because he's been there. So there's that one person, and there's also a few that come and they're like, we're on your side, blah 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 blah. I appreciate them for whatever they want to do, but at the end of the day, I usually tell them, let's not force things. Yeah.
Are any of these friends in the limelight, like people we might know, or they're just like his casual friends? Are they like his music, his artist, his celebrity type of friends, or are they like his casual, low key type of friends?
Let me just not mention anyone. It's not going to be good if I do that. I feel like I should just maintain their privacy right now. Oh, not right now. Like going onwards. Like if they want to say we're in touch, they'll say it on their own. But I won't say. I won't mention any names.
Thank you so much, Tiffany, for being here. Thank you so much for coming in. I want to wish you the very best, like in this journey going forward, like a safe delivery and all. Oh, before I wrap this up, I'm really excited to know this. Like, are you going to be having like a photo shoot for the baby, like the baby bump shoot that people usually do? And forgive me for asking, but like, if you do, are you going to have Ben in the photo shoot, or it's just going to be like a mommy and I, like baby bump type of shoot?
Well, I am still thinking about it, because I feel like after I get this child, I don't think I want any more children. So I want to experience everything with this one child. Like I want to go through the whole process of being crazy, going into labor, baby showers and everything. I want to do it, but I'll just be doing it in a very simple way. Uh just because I feel like people have been so in my business lately. But if Ben wants to be a part of his child, who am I to say no? I won't say no to him, because at the end of the day, I feel like what's important is not my emotions on how I feel about him. It's actually this baby getting the chance to have a father in its life, because I know how it feels like not having one parent, and I will do everything. I'll go over and beyond and do everything so that I can ensure that if Ben wants to have a relationship with his child, that opportunity will always be there. I also have like something coming up. I since I've already mentioned that there are a lot of people who have been coming to my DMs and they want advice on stuff. I'll be starting a support group for pregnant women. It won't be needing any monetary support or anything. It will just be something, a place where like people can connect and share their experiences, because I've been learning a lot from other people's experiences. And I feel like there are so many people who feel like they are alone right now during their pregnancy period, because for most young mothers, when things happen like this, when they get pregnant when they're young, people tend to like go away from their lives, and baby daddies tend to like leave them and do everything. So I feel like this will just bring people together, and in future maybe I will be getting more professional help, and I'll be getting people like doctors and counselors to come and help, because it's purely all volunteer work. Yeah, that's what it is.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. Guys, this has been the lovely, lovely Tiffany. I would just want to wish her all the best as she goes on with this journey, safe delivery. I hope she's answered all the questions that you guys had. The tea has been served. In case you're curious about anything else, I will try to see if we can get her again in the near future. Maybe when the baby comes or she finds out the gender, if she'll be willing to share that with us. Yeah, we'll know when the time comes. I have been Honey Petra, and this is where all the tea is served.